And I'm Hunter.
This is the Family Shooter!
Howdy folks, welcome back to my top 100 games of all time. Today we're looking at 80 to 71. And with me today,
and every day,
my life partner, my compatriot in gaming, Rebecca. I'm Hunter.
Hi.
Today, I'm titling this section of 10, Oldies but Goodies.
So not very many new ones, I'm taking?
One new game.
Wow.
Only one.
That's interesting they're all lumped together
in
like
this
that.
section.
Okay.
All of them are droppers, but only one new game.
They all dropped, though.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's very few games, like I said, way back in the day.
Okay.
Just to recap.
Okay.
Only 11 games went up on my list from
Kind of
last year.
interesting.
So let's unveil and begin.
Okay.
My number 80 is just a barrel of fun.
Barrel of monkeys.
Colt Express. My number 80, Colt Express.
Good pick, good pick.
This is the Great Chain Robbery. You have
Trains.
program movement. Trains. You do program movement. Everybody programs their moves. And then you just see what happens and chaos ensues. Sometimes you'll be punching air. Other times you'll be shooting someone, but you didn't expect to shoot that. You expect to shoot someone else. You might want to grab some loot, but it's already gone. Someone already grabbed it from you. So it's just, you kind of got to predict what your opponents are going to do. And then program your guys to do what you can. And the goal of the game is, I think it takes 5 rounds, I believe. And you just, whoever has the most loot at the end wins the game.
It's so awesome. I love this game.
It has all kinds. Every round has usually has a special thing that happens, like the train will break, so everybody flies forward, or something happens. There's an extra cave. There's all kinds of weirdness that can happen. So some of the cards you play face up, everybody sees what you play. Other cards you play face down.
Unless you are the ghost.
Unless you're the ghost.
And each player has their own little special ability that they get to use.
Yep, exactly. That's one other thing I like about it. Everyone has a superpower.
Yep.
And they're all pretty powerful superpowers. So.
You don't have very many games that are programmed movement.
No, either. And the only reason I like this one is because it's really short.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a big time commitment. You can play it in 30, 40 minutes probably.
Easily. And
it's just, you just have to kind of go in the game knowing that craziness is going to happen. And the thing is, craziness happens to everyone. Sometimes in those longer program movement games, it seems like someone always just gets the bad apple, right? They get messed over and messed over and messed over. And maybe it's because they're not predicting well, or maybe
I was going to say it's their fault.
Or,
Sometimes it's chance.
But this one you just know it's going to be crazy.
Well, unless you got the mad skills. No, it's awesome. It's very crazy. I love this one. Can I add something? I like the fact that you put it together and you put it back in the box intact.
Yeah.
The insert for this is great for that. And they even, with the extra cardboard, made little cacti and little skulls that you put for, like,
my cards are everywhere.
Ambiance.
Don't leave my cards. Don't leave my cards.
But you can look at the train cars. See, we can pull them straight out. You pull it out and you can play in, like, 30 seconds. It's crazy. Love it. The engine. See, isn't it adorable? Sorry, I had to show this off because I thought it was pretty awesome.
What are you doing?
I thought it was awesome. You should show it off. It's your number 80. This was well designed. It's a cool game. And there's all sorts of expansions for it, too.
Yep.
We don't even have them.
We don't have the expansions.
We have so much fun with just the base game, we haven't even added it. So, although there's, a stagecoach and horses and all sorts of craziness and stuff, so.
All kinds of craziness.
Maybe someday.
My number 80, Colt Express.
Good
You have a little bonus viewing of the trains.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right. My number 79 is another light family weight game. We're still in that family weight area. The heavy one sneaks in once in a while, but we're still in family weight. And when you think family, you think Jamaica!
Oh my gosh, this is a great game.
Jamaica is a pirate-themed racing game. And that's about all you need to know.
Yeah, because it's awesome. Yar.
So you're racing around the island. You're grabbing up loot and gunpowder for your cannons. And what else do you grab? Food. You have to feed your people. And even in a racing game, you have to feed your people.
It is kind of crazy.
So you're racing around the island, and finishing first gives you more points, but it doesn't necessarily win your game, because you also count how much gold you have when you finish. So if you have a lot of gold and you don't necessarily finish first, you still have a chance to win this one. And this one is another program movement game.
Yeah, I guess it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is. See, not my
That's
only
interesting.
program. But this one is more, it really doesn't, it can affect you, but not as badly, because you might end up in a combat you won't expect, or someone could grab a treasure that you were planning to get, but it's not like they block your entire turn.
No.
Like your turn doesn't happen or something. So, just a really light, easy to play game. It's a little long-ish with lots of players, because it plays up to 6. So
that's true. You could really duke it out a lot.
Yeah, if you get up to 6 players, you're talking an hour and a half, 2 hours. But if you play family size, 3 or 4 people, you're going to crank it out in about 45 minutes or so.
And I don't know, even the longer game, though, it's so interactive, it's pretty fun.
Yep.
So, now, as of the filming, this is October 2017, isn't there an expansion came out?
There's an expansion that may be 5 feet to my right that hasn't been opened yet. So we'll be playing that one soon, I think.
Interesting. Okay.
My number 79, Jamaica.
Excellent. Good pick, good pick. Should be higher, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe the expansion will bump it up.
Ooh,
all right, here's the next one is the one new game to my list. This one has the potential to go up because we've only played it once or twice. I think twice.
What?
And I really like it, but it needs more plays.
Okay.
And that is Yamaha.
Oh, wow, yeah. This should be higher on your list.
It should be. I think it has the potential because we just haven't played it enough. And I'm pretty sure
I've played it enough to know.
I got whooped pretty bad those 2 plays.
Both times?
I think.
Both times.
I think I did get beat both
Maybe that's
times.
why it's so low.
That probably is.
Low.
This is a beautiful game. Days of Wonder does an amazing job. They always knock it out of the park in production value. It's colorful. It's neat to look at. You have this on the table, and people walk by, they're going to be like, ooh, what are you playing? Because it's really, I'm going to back of the box it, because I always do. The colors are just beautiful. It just pops when it's on the table.
All the colors that are on the cover are on the back.
People need to learn nice cover. Make nice, beautiful covers, and it will get people's attention, because not everyone that goes to game stores or orders online does tons and tons and tons of research. They go, ooh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of times, that's all it takes for someone to buy a game. So
True.
You should learn nice, gorgeous covers.
That's right. Take notes, people. This is a cool game. All the way around.
So this is kind of how do you say it, the spiritual successor to 5 Tribes. It's very, very, very different game, but it still gives that same kind of feel-ish, because you, like in 5 Tribes, you hire the djinns.
Okay.
And this one you hire, what are they? The cool people. I don't know.
I don't remember their names.
I'm
so bad with the names.
You get the guys. I can't remember what they're called.
Djinns?
No. Specialists.
Lame name, though. They could work on that.
Specialists. So, it has a similar... It's colorful like 5 Tribes. It has some of the feeling of 5 Tribes, but it's definitely a different game. This is more of a... I don't know what kind of game it is. Area control? Resource management?
Definitely that.
I
see, and it's funny that you say that, because I don't get the same feeling with 5 Tribes as this.
Yep.
They feel like totally different games to me.
I think it's more the look and the appearance more than anything.
That I
does it
could,
for me.
That I could, yeah.
When I'm setting it up, I get that same kind of feeling. I'm playing.
Yeah, it's like gorgeous.
Similar weight.
Yeah.
Beautiful game. It has that same hiring specialist thing going on. There's getting different kinds of things. The dog is angry at something. There you go, Yamaha. My number 70.
9.
8.
8? You started with 80. What just happened?
I'm playing 3 games.
I've lost count. What happened?
The dog distracted you.
It did.
All right, my number 77. I'm gonna preface this. We just played a game this evening that is, in my opinion, the killer of this game.
What? What just happened? You just spoiled your list?
That's just me. The game is still amazing, but if I was ever given the choice and I had the time, I would play the game we just played over Power Grid.
What?
We played Arkwright tonight, and I love that game, and it has that same mathy feeling to it. So I don't think it's Power Grid's not dead. I just think if I was given the choice, given all factors, I'd probably play Arkwright over this. But Power Grid is an amazing game. Let's talk about Power Grid. My number 77. She really likes Power Grid. So Power Grid, you are making a Power Grid. And
they're going to leave it at that.
Yep.
No.
So basically the game, it's kind of almost an engine building game, right? You buy a cheap, crappy Power Grid, and as time goes on, you're going to increase your number of Power Grids, and you're going to make more efficient Power Grids, and the other ones kind of are not so good. And then you have to get resources to power them, and the resources are scarce, meaning that as you take more and more, they become more and more expensive. So there's a whole balancing act between getting the most efficient Power Grid and what resources are available and how much money you have. And it's a constant churn of how much money do I have and when can I upgrade and can I afford my resources and how much I can spend. It's really a great game. It surprises a lot of people. A lot of people that don't necessarily like mathy games tend to like this game. I don't know why. It just seems, I don't know, it's kind of like paying bills, I guess. I don't know. Not that it's bad. Not that it's bad. I mean that it just comes naturally. It just kind of flows. Okay, I got to buy these resources.
No, because I don't think paying bills is elegant, and this game is designed in a very elegant way.
I don't mean it in a negative way. I mean, it's intuitive. You think, okay, I got a Power Grid, I got to buy these 3 things. Okay, I need to be able to buy my resources. My resources are going to... It's like doing a budget, like a weekly budget. I guess that's budgeting your money is what it's...
Except I enjoy this, and I don't enjoy doing any of the other things he's mentioned, so...
And not to harp on Arkwright, because we just played that, and I'm very excited about that.
Oh my.
It has that same mathy feeling to it to me. That you're
Times 10.
Exactly. It challenges me. Power Grid is a good game, and it is my number 77. I haven't been saying how much stuff has dropped. I'll catch us up. Power Grid dropped 19 spaces.
That's not that bad, actually.
And Jamaica dropped 9, and Colt Express dropped 3. So those two are
wow, they were all very consistent.
So those are holding pretty solid.
That's pretty interesting. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So onward, my number 76, and it is a family favorite. This is consistent, other than Power Grid. Power Grid's kind of heavy. And that is
oh gosh,
Pitchstar. It may be the heaviest game in our collection.
Physically heaviest.
Pitchstar dropped 34 spaces. But
because
why?
I'm not sure actually, because your record's never been good. I was gonna say
I'm really good at home.
Yeah, you're great when it's not a competition. He does an amazing.
Well, I won during the game tournament this year.
That's true, you did.
So
he's broken the curse. Why did this drop then? It's too light.
It's a light game and it's a dexterity game, and I played a ton of it this year. So I think I'm a little done.
That's
with
true.
It-ish.
The girls.
I still love this game. I'll play this game.
No, this is a.
In fact, we're probably gonna play this game tomorrow.
Yep.
Someone has been asking for it.
Yes, we've already had requests.
But Pitchstar is a dexterity game. It's a flicking game where you're flicking cars around a track. You can flick however you want.
His favorite feature.
You can build any track. It gives you a ton of track pieces, so you can build all these different tracks. You buy one expansion, then it just goes crazy. You can build dozens of tracks with it. You can do a real short track. You can do a long track. Complicated, easy, all sorts of different.
Yeah, they've got different levels. They even give you ideas and stuff.
And it plays up to 8.
Yeah, in the standard game, or you could
8 players. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna
plays
say.
Up to 8 players.
Or you could do like Vassal does and make a tournament out of it and play with 30.
Yeah, buy two base sets, and now you can play 20 players.
Yeah, well, 16.
Haha, math.
See why he doesn't like Power Grid as much now.
Don't like Power Grid. Pitch car, my number.
That's good. 76.
Woohoo! You're back in business.
I'm back, baby.
All right, my next one is an oldie but a goodie. This one dropped 34, so we're getting some big drops going.
Must be a lighter game.
It is, and it's Artifact Sync.
Why? I guess we haven't played it as much.
It's really light.
It is, but it's fun.
It is It is a great dice drafting game. Dice drafting? No. Dice rolling. Dice
placement?
Dice placement.
I'm not really sure what just
happened. It's a dice placement card drafting game. So you're building up a tableau that gives you superpowers and bonuses, and you're making all kinds of artifacts. You take those artifacts, you put them in the museum. The museum's area control. You get points there. Teaches a lot of different mechanisms, like she said. Dice placement, card drafting, area control,
too, really.
engine building. Teaches you in-game scoring with cards that have in-game scoring. Just lots of different things. And what I probably like most about it, which I find interesting, is you start out with a certain number of dice. I think it's 3. And you can get more dice, but you're wasting turns getting more dice. But once you get those dice, you obviously get more action. So how many dice do you get? When do you stop? Do you keep getting more and more dice?
Yeah, there's a balance.
It's a balance to decide, okay, is 4 3's probably enough. Is 4 enough? Is 5 enough? Do you want to go all the way for 6? I think you can get 6 dice.
Yeah.
So, light game, it's probably just above Gateway, I think. Just a hair above Gateway.
Yeah, it's a little too busy to be
But it is a great game. I love it.
And for you Ryan Lockett fans, it's a Ryan Lockett game.
What?
I know. I didn't realize it at first, but
Ryan Lockett. It is Ryan Lockett. Come on.
Cool.
Look at his art is always
I know his art's awesome.
His art's
I didn't realize all his art's
very similar.
I didn't realize it wasn't first.
All right, so that was my number 75 Artifact Sync. My number 74 is My Village.
Yeah, which one is this one? Okay, yeah. One with the Grim Reaper.
They both have.
Yeah, but this one's the traveling.
It actually has the Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
the other one's just a time thing.
Yeah.
Yes, My Village. It is another dice rolling, dice placement. Well, this is more like not dice placement. It's more like dice selection. So you roll a bunch of dice. You select the dice on your turn, and it fires off different things in your village. Your village, each thing in your village has a number, and so if you take that number out of the dice pool, it fires off everything that has that number in your village. And it's just kind of building an efficient engine. Do you get lots of 7s, or do you spread out and get a little bit of everything? You focus in. There's different areas of your village. You can do traveling. You can do craftsmen. You can do monks, and you can do farming. And there's one other one I can't remember. Flew out of my head. But there's different areas of your village. But like I said, you roll dice. You take those dice. You fire off your village. You build resources, and you're just churning out victory points.
There you go. And this one, is this the one that has, I had a Grim Reaper dude that goes over the, yeah, okay. So he's actually walking through.
Yeah, and it has a interesting mechanism where as time goes by, your villagers die off and you have to replace them. So you kind of got to prepare and train new villagers to replace the ones that are going to die off.
Yes.
Yep. That is it. My number 74. My Village.
I think that's interesting, yeah, because
not your village, My Village.
How many games do you have where your meeples age and die? Not very many.
2. That's pretty I know of.
Yeah, only 2 that we know of.
All right, my number. My Village dropped 42 spaces.
Wow, that's interesting.
My next game, around January-ish, when someone else does their top 100, this will be way up there, and that is Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
Why is it so low? Wow.
Castles, my number 73.
Such a good game.
This is a tile placement game where you draft tiles in an auction mechanism, and you put those tiles in your castle, and you're building out the coolest and best and most efficient castle. I
don't know if most efficient is the word I'd use.
Well, you want things to combo off each other, right?
Well, that's efficient in that way, yeah. Because I was like, they're like sprawled out forever, and you've got a stairway to nowhere.
Well, if you have the expansion and you put moats in, you got to be efficient. You gotta be
that's
tight.
true.
But the base game, you can go crazy. But you do want certain tiles give benefits when they're next to other tiles, and certain tiles give negatives when they're next to certain tiles. So you don't want like your bedroom next to like an noisy entertainment room, for example. So
no rock concerts. That's right.
But the most interesting thing, what makes this thing click for me, pop, what makes it good, is I like the way the auction works, because whoever's turn, the active player, whoever's turn it is, takes the tiles that are available for purchase and decides how much they're going to cost. Yeah. So you can do, cheap to expensive. The thing is, once you do that, everyone else buys first, but they pay you. So you have to do a balance between making money, because you want to give them tiles that they can purchase and give you a decent amount of money. But if there's a tile you specifically want, you have to price it such that no one else buys it if they want it as well. So you have to price it high, but then they may still buy it. But if they do, then you get a lot of money. So it's a balancing act. When you make it cheap, because if no one buys it, then you got to pay that expensive price, right? So I just love the auctioning on that. I don't know of many other games. I can't think of one off the top of my head
that does it
quite that way, where you set the price, everyone buys it first, and then you buy last. But they pay you, so
super cool.
So there you go. That is Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
Ludwig.
That was my number 73, and it dropped 44 places.
Oh, you cut me deep.
Yeah, well,
cut me deep. It's very sad.
My next game is another dice placement game. Is that that's the second one on this list? Yes. Well, Village is kind of dicey, but not dice placement.
It's dicey.
And that is Alien Frontiers. Alien Frontiers is a space theme dice rolling dice placement game where you are creating colonies on a random planet. I guess it's a random planet. A random planet in the middle of nowhere.
That's got cool names.
Yes, and it's area control. The main thing in the game is area control. You're building colonies on a planet, and once you have control, majority, I guess, more than area control. You have the majority in that section, then you get a superpower that helps you in the game, and that's also how the in-game scoring works. Is the colonies and area control of the planet. But there's lots of steps in that because you have to build you have to build different things. You have to get fuel for your ships, and you have to do all kinds of things. You have to build the colony, and you have to land the colony. So there's a lot of kind of building up to do that. And there's many different ways. You can raid people and take their goods. You can get more dice. You can use your powers to get more dice. You can get dice mitigation. There's also, I think they're called artifacts. No, tech cards. You get tech cards that give you superpowers that you can purchase as well. Cool. So there is a lot going on in this game, but it's not too difficult because there's only 2 resources, right? Fuel and
3, I thought.
Thought there was.
Or is it 2?
Yeah, I think it's fuel.
And, fuel and then the moon
rocks or whatever you want to call it. We call them rocks. But yeah, so it seems like there's a lot going on, but it's not that hard of a game, and I think there's a way to scale it back. Like you don't use the superpowers. There's different ways to do it, and for those that play it for less than the full number, you block some of the spaces, which a lot of the dice placement games do. They block spaces when you have less players. So just a really cool space theme, dice placement, area majority.
Sweet game. Sweet game. Very
There's
good.
1,000 different versions of the game out. So pick one you like.
Pick one you like.
They're all basically the same.
That works. That works.
Alien Artifacts dropped 32 spots. And the last one for this list is one of our favorite games, but we only really play it during the tournament, it seems like.
Aww.
And that is Wits and Wages!
Yeah, we don't play as much as we used to, that's true.
Yes, we played the mess out of this game early on, but now it's just a turn.
I think part of it is we need more cards now.
And we are getting the Vegas version of this game, so it will start hitting the table again, I'm sure, because I like the wagering.
Yep.
You can wager on who you think's got the right answer and all sorts of fun stuff.
That's gonna be fun, yeah.
But Wits and Wagers is a trivia game with a twist.
A twist.
Everybody answers the question as a numeric answer, and unless you just get really lucky, you probably don't know the answer. So you're doing a total guess, and then you order the guess from smallest to largest, and everyone bids on which one they think is the right answer. And it pays off varying amounts based on how far the answer you bid on is from the center. So if it's a higher or lower than the midpoint, you get more money than if you bet on the average or whatever you want to call it. The median. So It's one of those trivia games where you don't need to necessarily know the answer. You just kind of you need to know who's got the best guess, right? Who you think has the best guess.
Yep.
Fun party game with lots. It's a kind of a hilarious little because all the questions are crazy.
Oh my gosh,
questions.
yeah. I mean, very rarely you're going to come across one you actually know because they're weird numbers, and it's always a random year that they took that number to, and so it changes yearly. So.
In feet and inches, how tall is the Sesame Street character Big Bird?
Yeah. See that. There you go. Case in point. If you know this off the top of your head, I don't think I want to play with you, actually.
But no, it's just a fun little light trivia-based party game.
Yeah. Good one.
And that's the last one for this list. It dropped 22 places, so it's holding pretty strong.
Drop that much.
I bet the Vegas one may at least hold it steady or may move it up the list because I really, really like betting that's in that game.
True enough.
So that is it. We zipped through that 10. So next time we'll do my 70 to 61. No. Yes. Yes, 70 to 61 next time.
And hopefully you won't break my heart this time.
Am I going to break your heart? No. But next time is New Gamerama.
Ooh, interesting.
So tune in next time for New Gamerama. Bye.